ना हम सफर ना किसी हमनशी से निकलेगा, हमारे पांव का काटा हम ही से निकलेगा. Well, that's the mantra we hope to see today as 4 of Delhi NCR's finest teams get together to compete in the final episode of Know Your Constitution, an inter-school quiz by Doordarshan Kendra Delhi that pays tribute to the 70th anniversary of the Indian Constitution. They've negotiated every article thrown at them and amended well in time if they faltered. A complete performance has brought them to the final hurdle, and a win here and they pocket a lifetime of bragging rights and wonderful prizes sponsored by Gandhi Smriti and Darshan Samiti. And so, on this day of fresh new intent, I, Ajay Punya, will attempt to make their life simple by trying to extract the easy answers from some tough questions that will be thrown at them. Carrying an overweight bag of knowledge, checking into the boarding gates of the final flight are 4 really smart teams. Let's welcome them. On Team Justice is Silver Line Prestige School from Ghaziabad, represented by Anirudh and Ashirwad. Then as Team Liberty, we have Modern School from Barakhamba, Rahul and Pradyum. To my left, as Team Equality, is Tagore International from Vasant Vihar, Arsh and Suyash. And finally, completing the lineup in the national final is Team Fraternity from Maharaja Agrasen, Ashok Vihar, Rishabh and Soumya. Well, this is the nervous 90s moment. Just one hit away from entering the record books, so keep the nerves and win it. Win it for your family, your friends, your school, and whoever else believes in you, and most importantly, win it for yourself. It's time now to begin round 1, called Clutopia. There will be 5 questions, all of them on the buzzer. First clue for 10, second for 7, third for 4. Flat -5 if you give me a wrong answer on the buzzer. There's 1 buzzer per clue, so go full throttle. We shall start with our first question, first clue on your screen now. The national flag of India is officially described in the Flag Code of India as: the color of the top panel shall be blank saffron or kesari, and that of the bottom panel shall be blank green. Both the blanks are the same. The middle panel shall be white, bearing at its center the design of Ashok Chakra in navy blue color with 24 equally spaced spokes. Fill in the blanks. Both blanks are the same. Speaking of the national flag. Right, nobody quite trying to attempt on the first clue, a question on the national flag, so we will move on to the second clue for 7 points. It's Team Fraternity that's gone for it. Your answer? In 3 seconds. 2, 1.
India
is correct. Not as confident though, but that's the India saffron and the India green. That's the shade of the colors. The very first question on the national flag. Not a convincing answer, but an answer that is correct nevertheless. Good answer, Team Fraternity. That's a +7. You're the first team to open the account in the final. Well done. It is indeed India saffron and India green. Right, we move on. Question number 2. The Constitution of India is a constitutional blank, which means springing from the land. It usually means the assertion of not just the concept of autonomy, but also the concept that the Constitution derives from their own native traditions. Please fill in the blank. It's something that's also used for the Constitution of Ireland that came about in 1937, Zambia that came about in 91, then South Africa. Springing from the land. South Africa came about in 96. What is it? No attempts. So we move on to the second clue. 11 letters. Team Liberty.
It's amendments.
Is incorrect. That's a -5. Team Equality has gone for it on the third clue. Yes?
autonomy.
Say that again.
Autonomy.
Can't give
It's
that
got
to you
a T
because there is an anagram and you didn't bother, so that is incorrect. That's a -5. You started correct, then you missed it. The right answer is autochthony and not autonomy. Okay, So I can't give that to you. That's a -5 to you as well. So two teams collecting negatives. Team Equality getting a -5, Team Liberty getting a -5. The Constitution of India is a constitutional autochthony, which means it springs from the land and has not directly been adopted from outside. Okay, that's what it is. We move on to question 3 now. In India, what system was first used in September 2013 in Noksen in Nagaland? It was then introduced in 8 constituencies as a pilot project in 2014. Lucknow, Gandhinagar, Bangalore South, Chennai Central, Jadavpur, Raipur, Patna Sahib and Mizoram. And in 2017 in Goa, it was the first time that an entire Indian state saw its implementation. Anyone trying for 10 points? No? We move on to clue number 2 for 7. Team Liberty has gone for it. Your answer?
VVPAT.
VVPAT, indeed, absolutely. That's the answer. This is VVPAT. The first ever time it had a statewide implementation was in 2017. The first time ever happened in 2013 in Nagaland, VVPAT, voter verified paper audit trail. Team Liberty gets this correct and you get 7 points. We move on to question number 4. A 137.3 meter tall B.R. Ambedkar statue is under construction in Mumbai's Indu Mills compound. On completion, it will be the 3rd tallest statue in the world. It will be called the Statue of Blank. Please fill in the blank for me, Team Fraternity.
Equality. Statue of Equality.
Is correct. This is indeed Statue of Equality. Came from a team that isn't named Equality but Fraternity. Wonderful answer there. On the very first go, you get 10 points. This is indeed an upcoming statue of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar called Statue of Equality. And now for the final question. There are very few women on the drafting committee. One of them was this lady. She was elected to the Constituent Assembly from the Madras province and was the only woman in the panel of the chairman in the Constituent Assembly. Please identify her. Team Liberty.
Durga Bhai Deshmukh.
Is correct. On the very first clue, plus 10 to Team Liberty. They started with a negative, then collected a couple of positives. And that brings us to the end of round 1. Well, I can say a fair bit describing what has transpired, but the quality of participation today is only to be witnessed and not talked about. Let's take a look at the scores after round 1. Team Justice, since you haven't answered anything, you're still on 0. Team Liberty, with a couple of right answers and 1 incorrect, you're on 12. Team Equality with 1 negative, you're on -5. And Team Fraternity, currently leading, but not by too much, you're on 17. With an early advantage, hoping for a dream run today were a couple of teams, Team Liberty and Team Fraternity. We've done the first round, and so if your head is rested firmly on your shoulders, let's surge ahead. We're ready now for round 2. It's called Course Correction. 8 questions, 4 pass clockwise, 4 pass reverse. 10 points to whoever gives me the right answer. First question to Team Justice, 5th question to Team Fraternity. Between them and after them depends on who answers the question correctly. We'll start with Team Justice. Your question on your screen now. I had no alternative. The time at my disposal was so short that I could not do a better job. Given the same period, I would do the same thing. However, if I had 2 to 3 years, I might have improved on what I did. Who said this? Talking about his experiences at a very important job for which he was only given 5 weeks for this important job.
Atal Bihari Vajpayee.
And what is he talking about?
His job as a Prime Minister, I guess.
Okay, passes to Team Liberty.
B.R. Ambedkar talking about designing the draft constitution.
Passes to
Sir
Team
Cyril Radcliffe about the Radcliffe line.
or the partition of India and drawing the
Pakistan.
boundary. Absolutely, that's the answer, Team Equality. This is indeed Sir Cyril Radcliffe telling about the time that he got, which was only 5 weeks to come up with a boundary that separates India from Pakistan. And very good answer there, Team Equality. That gets you 10 points, a much needed and a very desperate 10 points. We move on to the second question. That's for Team Fraternity. You're direct. Listen to the audio. Question follows.
ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूँ कि
ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूँ कि
मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा
सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा
तथा जिस पद को मैं ग्रहण करने वाला हूँ उसके कर्तव्यों का श्रद्धापूर्वक निर्वहन करूंगा
उसके कर्तव्यों को श्रद्धापूर्वक निर्वहन करूंगा।
My question, who's taking oath for what position?
Rajendra Prasad for president.
Passes to Justice.
Ramnath Kovind for president.
Passes to Team Liberty.
B.R. Ambedkar as the law minister.
Passes to Team Equality.
Arvind Jagtap Bobde as CJI.
Is incorrect. This wasn't for the post of president, but this was for the post of vice president, and that was, of course, M. Venkaiah Naidu. Nobody getting this one correct. No points taken, so that's all right. We move on to the next question, to the next team. That will be Team Justice. You're direct. There have been 6 amendments to this act enacted in 1955. The first amendment was moved by P. Chidambaram, the then Home Minister, in 1986. 5 more amendments were made in the years 92, 2003, 2005, 2015 and 2019. Which act is this?
Is it the Land Reforms Act?
Is incorrect to Team Liberty.
Is it about the reservations? Article 334.
Is incorrect to Equality.
Citizenship Act.
Is correct. That's the answer. This is the Citizenship Act 1955 that made a lot of news since the time it has been spoken of. The Citizenship Act 1955, 6 more amendments, 6 amendments that followed, the latest one being in 2019. Well done, Team Equality. That gets you 10. Now for the final question of the clockwise order for Team Fraternity. Here's your direct. I need multiple answers here. So you have to tell me, from 1952 to 1965, Karan Singh held a position that was amended to a new position that Karan Singh held till 1967. Satyapal Malik was the last person to hold this position. The position has now changed again and now is held by G.C. Murmu. What am I talking of?
So G.C. Murmu is the current Lieutenant Government of Jammu and Kashmir.
Okay.
Karan Singh might be the last king, like the noble family types from Jammu and Kashmir.
Types, okay.
Satyapal Malik would be the governor. I hope so.
Okay. You want to constitute your complete answer all over again?
King, governor, lieutenant governor.
Of Jammu and Kashmir is correct. I'll give that to you. The only part that you missed out was Sadr-e Riyasat, but he hailed from the royal family, the Prime Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, and then he was made the Governor of Jammu and Kashmir. Satyapal Malik was the last before he moved to Goa, and then G.C. Murmu is the current Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir. Well done there, Team Fraternity. Very well done. Completely identified almost all parts of it. So that gets you 10. And what's more, we will now reverse the order. We will start with Team Fraternity again. And here's your question. That's number 5. The original number of members of Constituent Assembly was 389, 292 through provincial legislative assemblies, 93 through princely states, and 4 from Chief Commissioner's province. But on 3rd June 1947, the number was reduced to 299 owing to the Mountbatten Plan. How did the number reduce?
Partition of India into 2 dominions.
Is correct. That's what Mountbatten's plan was about. A separate Constituent Assembly for Pakistan was created, and that is how the numbers were reduced significantly. Good answer, good back-to-back answers coming from Team Fraternity. That gets you another 10. Next question now, Team Equality, is your direct. He was one of the members of the drafting committee and also served as Advocate General of Madras State from 1929 to 1944. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar himself said that there were in the drafting committee men bigger, better and more competent than myself, such as my friend Sir
Iyengar.
Is incorrect. Passes to Team Liberty.
Visvesvaraya.
Is incorrect to Justice.
D.P. Khaitan.
Is incorrect to Fraternity.
Alladi Krishna Swami Iyer.
Is correct. That's the answer. Alladi Krishna Swami Iyer. Well done, keeping you in good stead in this round. We move on to our next question. That's for Team Equality. Here it is on your screen. Watch the video. Question follows.
पर अब संविधान सभा के सामने नई गंभीर चुनौतियां थीं। एक तरफ वो देश के लिए नया कानून बनाने बैठे थे, तो दूसरी तरफ देश भर में हर तरह के कानून तोड़े जा रहे थे। जैसा कि अमेरिकन इतिहासकार ग्रैनविल ऑस्टिन ने लिखा है, The fundamental rights were framed against the carnage of.
According to Padma Shri Granville Austin, an American historian of the Indian Constitution, the fundamental rights were created against the carnage of.
Communal violence.
Is incorrect. Passes.
Partition.
Is incorrect. Passes to Team Justice. I will move on unless you leave me with something.
Pass.
Pass to fraternity. Now,
The citizens.
the
Citizens.
against the carnage of citizens. Okay, no, that's incorrect. You didn't have to think too much really in this question. The fundamental rights were created against the carnage of fundamental wrongs. Of fundamental wrongs. That's it. Didn't have to think too much. No points, anyone. We will continue. This was a question for Team Equality. And now for the final question of this round, Team Liberty is your direct. In 1996, when P. Chidambaram was the finance minister, which word was dropped from what is today known as the Central Excise Act 1944? It was done so because it reminds us, this is what he said, it reminds us of the colonial era when excise duty was collected on something. What is that something? So, and this something was a part of the name of this act, the Central Excise Act 1944, and this word was dropped. And the reason cited, I've just given.
Diwali.
Excise duty was collected on Diwali. No. To Team Justice. No. Pass to Team Fraternity.
Salt.
Colonial era when excise duty was collected on salt is correct. That's the answer. Indeed. Indeed. Team Fraternity, what a wonderful round this was for you. Another correct answer. So that's another tenner for you. And that was round 2. The nights spent preparing for today are now finally reaping fruits. And that's why you can see the smile on their faces. So heartening to see really in such pressure times. But we will follow the protocol and take a look at the scores. After 2 rounds, Team Justice, you're still to open your account. Team Liberty, you're on 12. And Team Equality, you're on 15. But currently leading with a healthy margin is Team Fraternity with a score of 57 points. They all look ready and raring to go, but only one of them will have a tale with a happy ending. Wake up if you haven't already and carpe diem. The final round is here, round 3. Who dares wins. 4 multiple choice questions on the buzzer and 4 follow-ups, true or false. 10 minus 5 if you hit the buzzer as the first team, and 5 minus 5 for 2 more tries on the buzzer. If you give me a right answer to the multiple choice question, I will give you a follow-up bonus. If you get the statement correct, if you identify the statement correctly, you get +5. If not, you get a -5. Everybody else gets a +5. Answering the bonus is not mandatory for the direct team. You can choose to ignore it and let somebody else on the buzzer attempt it. If they do that, the scoring pattern remains the same. The format of the round having been explained, it's the Titanic tussle for an exciting title race. First question, common to all of you on your screen now. Article 108 of the Indian Constitution provides for joint session of the Parliament. It has happened 4 times and only 3 bills have been passed. Which of these bills was not passed? Is it A, Dowry Prohibition Act 1961? Is it B, Banking Services Commission Repeal Act 1978? Is it C, Prevention of Terrorism Act 2002? Or is it the Bill for Women Representation 2008? Team Liberty.
Bill for Women Representation 2008.
How confident are you?
Pretty confident.
Is correct. That's the answer. Good answer. +10. The chasing squad is ready. That's a 10-pointer for Team Liberty. And now you also get a follow-up bonus. Try to get 5. If you're not too sure, you can let it be for others. Here's your statement. Amongst the first 12 members nominated to Rajya Sabha in 1952 were an actor and a scientist. The actor was Raj Kapoor and the scientist was Jagdish Chandra Bose. True or false?
False.
You're trying and you're saying false. Okay. So which of these was wrong? Or were both wrong?
I believe the actor part's wrong.
So who instead was the actor?
Prithviraj Kapoor.
Okay. And for the scientist?
C.V. Raman.
Or
Or?
We don't know.
Or Satyendranath Bose. That is
Yes.
correct.
Yeah.
5-pointer for you. It was Prithviraj Kapoor, not Raj Kapoor. It was Satyendranath Bose, not Jagdish Chandra Bose. Right, those were the two people. So that's 10 and 5, 15 for you, Liberty. We move on to the second question. The 7th schedule of the Constitution is on the subject of distribution of legislative powers between the Union and the states are defined under several articles. It contains 3 lists. Which of these is not part of the said list? Is it A, Union list? Is it B, state list? Is it C, concurrent list? Or is it D, Dominion list? Yes, Team Equality?
Dominion list.
Is correct. That's the answer. This is indeed Dominion list. Team Equality is also living up to the fight. They get a plus 10 and now they get a bonus. This is a video. Watch the video.
ये काम हर दफा मैं पूरा करता हूँ.
This is a 2014 Google India ad about Shyam Saran Negi, who at 102 is India's first voter and a believer in democracy since 1951. True or false, or you let it go? What will you do, Team Equality? Will you answer or will you let it go?
We'll attempt. It's true.
Is correct. That's the answer. This is indeed true. The fight is very much on. Plus 10 and a plus 5 makes that a 15 for you on this question, Team Equality. Right, with 2 questions remain, it is getting hotter and hotter. We move on to question number 3. The 8th schedule to the Constitution lists the official languages of the Republic of India, currently of which there are 22. There have been proposals to have 45 more languages to be added. As per the Home Ministry, which of these is not demanded for inclusion? Is it A, Indian English? Is it B, Indian French? Is it C, Sylheti? Or is it D, Manipuri?
Indian English.
A, Indian English. I'm afraid that is incorrect. That's a minus 5. Team Equality has gone for it.
It's Indian French.
Indian French. I'm afraid that is incorrect as well. That's a minus 5 to you. Finally, Team Liberty
Sylheti.
is incorrect as well. The reason Manipuri is correct is because it's already in it. The other 3, there is a demand. Manipuri is already in it. It is one of the 22. So I can't give you a bonus to anyone. So that means one opportunity to score 5 points is diminished. Right. And now for the final question of Know Your Constitution. There are 2 high courts in India which have jurisdiction over 4 regions, union territories included. One of them is Bombay High Court. Which is the other? Formed in 1948 by Government of India Act in 1935. Is it A, the Allahabad High Court? Is it B, the Punjab High Court? Is it C, the Madras High Court? Or is it D, the Guwahati High Court? Yes, Team Justice.
Punjab High Court.
Is incorrect. That's a minus 5. Team Equality.
Guwahati High Court.
Is correct. It is indeed Guwahati High Court. That's a plus 5 to Team Equality. Under the jurisdiction of Guwahati High Court are Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland and Mizoram. So that's why that was the right answer. Plus 5 to Team Equality. And now, here's a bonus, the final one of this quiz. The Government of India Act 1947 was instrumental in creation of RBI. Team Liberty has shown interest, but they will wait. What does Team Equality want to do?
False. RBI was there before that as well.
Okay.
False.
It's false because you're saying RBI was there before this Government of India Act 1947. So RBI came under what act then? It was created under what act?
The
then?
Government of India Act 1935.
Is correct. That's the completely correct answer. Well done, Team Equality. 5 and 5 makes that a 10 for you. Game, set and match. That's the end of the final. Wow, just wow. I'm lost for words. I can't even begin to describe the brilliance on display here. So I'll take the easy way out by putting the final scores on screen. Right, so final scores. Team Justice finishes with an unfortunate minus 5, but well done for being in the final. Team Liberty, you finished with a score of 22. Team Equality, you tried to chase, but just wasn't enough. You finished with a score of 35. And our winners for the day and for this competition for Know Your Constitution is Team Fraternity. Very, very good. The early advantage, that's Team Fraternity, Maharaja Agrasen, Ashok Vihar, built for them, eventually proving to be a virtue, coupled with the valor on display, they just wouldn't settle for silver. The dream was always gold. Mighty, mighty impressive there. We're also celebrating 150 years of the life of Mahatma Gandhi. So at this point in time, we'll take a look at his life in a film by Gandhi Smriti and Darshan Samiti before we start with our prizes.
ये वो जगह है जिसने बापू को महात्मा बनते देखा है। पूर्व में बिरला भवन के नाम से चर्चित इस इमारत में बापू ने जीवन के अंतिम 144 दिन बिताए। यहाँ वो बलिदान स्तंभ मौजूद है जहाँ गोलियों पर हे राम की गूंज भारी पड़ी थी। गांधी से जुड़े इस भवन में उनके यहाँ बिताए गए वक्त की तस्वीरें, मूर्तियां, चित्र, भित्ति चित्र, शिलालेख, स्मृति चिन्ह और बापू की कई निजी वस्तुएं देखने को। ये उस सूरज के समान है जो प्रतिदिन अबाध रूप से उदित होता है। इस सूरज की रोशनी को जन जन तक पहुंचाने
May I now request our chief guest, Shri Dipankar Shri Gyan, Director, Gandhi Smriti and Darshan Samiti, accompanied by Mr. P.K. Subhash, ADG Doordarshan, to please come up and present the prizes to our champion performers. Sirs, please. In third place, please welcome on stage Rahul and Pradyum from Modern School, Barakhamba. Congratulations. Well done. Please collect your prizes. Cash prize of 20,000 rupees from Gandhi Smriti and Darshan Samiti. Congratulations. In second place, please welcome on stage from Tagore International School, Vasant Vihar, Suyash and Arsh. Congratulations. Well done. And finally, can we have a huge round of applause for our winners for the day, the winners of Know Your Constitution Inter-School Quiz. Please welcome Maharaja Agrasen from Ashok Vihar, Rishabh and Soumya. You collect a lovely prize of 50,000 rupees. Congratulations. may I request Team Justice to please come up and collect your consolation prizes for some wonderful books. Yeah, please. Thank you, participants. And now, continuing the spirit of the Constitution, gracing the occasion were some wonderful students from Mount Abu Public School, and we request them to also come up on stage and they can collect their gifts, the beautiful book, Citizens and the Constitution, from our dignitaries. Well, that is all that we have from Doordarshan Kendra Delhi as part of Know Your Constitution. It's been a short and sweet journey, but an important one at that. My work here is done. Live long and prosper. Goodbye and a happy Republic Day.